Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today our topic is work and energy. So, without wasting any time, let's begin it. First, I'll tell you some examples. For example, if a living being, we are living being, human nature, we have to perform some basic activities like singing, dancing, running, jumping, any more activities. So we need energy for that, and that energy is directly proportional to our work. I hope you have, from this example, you have some basic idea about what is work. Now consider our next example, animals. Animals also have to jump, and they have also have to run. For example, if we case the animal camel, camel has to carry a lot of load in it, so he has to do so much of work. How does this come? Where does the work come? These are the questions that arises in our mind. If we take our next example is machines. Machines can do a lot of work for us. For example, if you take the example of a four vehicle, they need petrol, or we can say they need a diesel. So there is a question that arises in our mind, is that why do living beings and machine need energy? What is energy? Energy is some kind of power. We study later about the energy in detail, but that at that time the question rises, why do living beings and machines need energy? So it can be clear our next topic, which is very important topic, and in exam there is a shorty that one or two question come from this chapter. So let's begin. What is work? Work, it's not like normal day life we call it as a work, or in science. There is a difference between work in our day to life, or if we consider it as in our science. For example, uh, you are you are working hard to push a, there is a huge rock and you work hard to push it. Suppose work rock doesn't move despite all your effort. You do all your effort to push the rock, but rock doesn't even move. You now at the situation come, you get completely exhausted, but you don't do any work on those rock because there is no displacement. Rock doesn't even move, but you do work from your side. You may still stand for a few minutes with heavy load on your head. You thought you are so much of tired. You just exerted yourself and spent a quite bit of your energy. What do you think? Do you work doing some work on the load? Science takes work as a different term, and in day to day life, work is different. For example, if we consider our next example, this example we say that when you push stroke, this example we say that it is work from our side. But if we take about the science, science take work as a different thing. For example, we consider you have a pebble lying on the surface, you just push it. The pebble move through distance because you exert some force on it, so that it got displaced, its position got changes. In this situation, according to science, the work is done. Another example we can take is, there is a girl who pulls a trolley and the trolley moves through a distance. The girl has exerted some force on it and it gets displayed. We can also say that the work is done. So, from the above two example, first, that is the myth in your mind, is that clear? The we think work is different from the science. Take work that. So, to be work to be done, two condition you need to be satisfied. First, force should be act on that object. For example, if we take reconsider the example of our pebble, you may exert some force so that it got displaced. Second condition is the object must be displaced. The pebble get displaced. I hope these two conditions are cleared by you. So that if you have said that work is done, two condition must be satisfied. So in exam there will be a question for you, when do we say that the work is done? You may write these two conditions. First condition is force act on the object, and second is the object got displaced. There is no that your mind got exerted. The answer is force acting on the object, and the object got displaced. Now our next topic on the work topic is work done by a constant force. There is a constant force. How much work is done by it? Now we also consider in above example that how work is defined in the science. We also consider the first condition when the force is acting in the direction of the displacement. For example, you may not understand this now, but after the above relation, you may able to understand this. We have a constant force, suppose it is F, which act on a particular object. If the object get displaced through the distance, suppose S is the distance, or and we consider W is the work. And now we define work to be equal to the product of force and displacement. Because why we consider the work to be done is equal to force into the displacement, we done some force and then object got displaced, then total work is the product of force and displacement. Thus we can simply say that work done by a force acting on an object is equal to magnitude of force multiplied by distance moved in the direction of the force. Just we elaborate this relation. You have to go through this relation, and I may uh, I may tell you that you may remember this relation for your lifetime, because in when you are in plus one or plus two, or in if you're doing physics first year second year, you may also get able to know about this in much detail. For and second thing we consider in our mind is the work has only magnitude, it has no direction. Suppose if force has 1 Newton and distance we have if we apply force 1 Newton and distance is also 1 meter, then work done by a force will be 1 Newton meter, because work is equal to force into displacement. The SI unit of force is Newton and the SI unit of displacement is meter. So unit of work is Newton meter, or we can simply say there is also another unit of work which is joule. Thus, 1 joule is the amount of work done on an object. What is 1 joule? It is the amount of work done. If there is an object, we just done a work done when the force is 1 Newton, which that force displaces an object by 1 meter along the line of force. The thing you may remember is along the line of force. This is an important thing. And the question that comes in our examination is write an expression for the work done when the force is acting on an object in the direction of displacement. First question, expression you may simply write is work is equal to force into displacement. And the second question is define 1 joule of work. I may definitely tell you the definition of 1 joule of the work. I may repeat it. 1 joule is the amount of work done when a force of 1 Newton displacement displaces an object by 1 meter along the line of the force. I hope you are being able to know what is work, what is force, what is displacement, because in our previous unit we have learned about gravitational force, universal law of gravitation, and many more things. There is a note. I may assume that you may write all the important things in your notepad or write in somewhere. When force act opposite to direction of displacement, work done is negative. But when force act in the direction of displacement, work done is positive. You may also remember this. Now there is a numerical, which is an important numerical, uh, because in NCERT many times this numerical may come in your exams, especially in final exams. So I hope you may go through this numerical seriously, and without cramming you may learn what is the logic behind it. The question is, a pair of bullocks exert a force of 140 Newton on a plug. The field being plugged is 15 meter long. How much work is done in plugging the length of it? You may calculate the work. You know the relation. What is work? Force into displacement. You have given a force, also given a displacement. So we can simply calculate the work. There is no other logic behind this. You may remember the formula, then you easily find the answer. So we have go through what is work done by a constant force. Now the next topic comes is energy. Every object in the earth we all know that possesses some energy. Thus energy possessed by an object is measured in terms of capacity of doing work. You have how much capacity you have to do some work is energy. I repeat, you suppose you have to do some work, you have to push a rock. How much capacity do you have that you push this rock? so that it gets displaced to other position is known as energy. The unit of energy is same as that work is joule, and 1 joule is the energy required to do 1 joule of work. Sometimes large unit of energy is called kilo. In competitive you may sometimes get the question what is the larger unit of energy. Otherwise you may remember work and energy have same unit. Kilojoule, larger unit of energy is kilojoule, not kilo. 1 kilojoule equals to 1000 joule. Now the next topic comes is form of energy. There is different form of energy exist like heat energy, kinetic energy, potential energy, mechanical energy. In this chapter we only discuss about the mechanical energy. Mechanical energy basically depends upon the two type. It has two type. First is kinetic energy and second is potential energy. Kinetic, from the term kinetic we have an idea that kinetic relates to motion. Now read the our kinetic energy definition. A falling coconut. Suppose a coconut is falling from the tree. A car is speeding. A car crosses all limits and speeds with a high speed. Suppose it goes. A car goes on 100 plus speed. A rolling stone. A stone is rolling from somewhere. These are the examples which possess kinetic energy. In short, we can simply say that the kinetic energy is energy possessed by an object due to its motion. When an object possesses some energy due to its motion that applies to the object is known as kinetic energy. If we increase the speed, kinetic energy obviously gets increased. Now the question coming in exam is what is the kinetic energy of an object? I know that what is kinetic energy, which is the energy possessed due to its motion. Now the definition they given is the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion is known as mechanical energy or kinetic energy. So you have to remember kinetic energy is a type of mechanical energy, not a mechanical energy. Every moving object possesses some mechanical energy. A body uses mechanical energy to do work. Kinetic energy of a hammer is employed in driving a nail into long wood. Mechanical energy of air is employed to run windmills, etc. If you don't get to know about this definition, you can simply give the example from the above example. A falling coconut and the speeding car is an example of kinetic energy. The energy possessed by an object due to its motion is known as kinetic energy. Next question that comes in your exam. It's a 95% surety that this question comes in your exam is write an expression for the kinetic energy of an object. So there is also a derivation of this kinetic energy of an object expression, but in exam you may not get the time to derive all the expression. If in case you want that I want you to derive the expression, I will surely do it. But for the time, I just want you to learn that what is the expression for kinetic energy of an object, which is 2 mv. SI unit, you know energy, then it's only joule. Next is potential energy of an object. Potential energy is if an object you may simply define as not considering any of the example. The gravitational potential energy of an object at a point above the ground is defined as the work done is radius from the ground to the point against gravity. If you raise some object from the point against the gravity, gravity is always downwards. If you raise some object from the ground to upwards, which is against the gravity, then it is we can say apply potential energy. And from this potential energy and the kinetic energy, we may get to know about one thing. Maybe you may not notice it. Total energy is equal to the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. So in this video we can go through some important questions of what is work, what is energy, kinetic energy, potential energy. Now in next video we will study about any other topics which left in our unit. I hope you may like the video. If you like our video, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching my video.